House of Reps members are trying to end all of that. The Green Chamber is debating a bill to amend the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, or VAAP Act. I think for the rest of the show, let's just call it VAAP Act, so we keep it short and sweet. The bill sponsor is Adejoro Adeogun, representing Akoko Southeast and Akoko Southwest Federal Constituency, that's in Ondo State. And the proposed amendment is intended to, quote, prohibit the discrimination against widows and all forms of repressive and degrading widowhood practices, provide for remedies for victims, and penalize offenders, end quote. Now, how will this be achieved? First of all, the bill says that a widow's consent will be required for any burial activity involving her. And to make sure there's no ojoro, the bill defines consent. I love it. The bill says consent means free, full, mutual, voluntary, and informed decision, not extracted under pressure or vitiated by external factors such as constraint. And consent is absent when coercive methods are used, such as pressure of various kinds, emotional blackmail, physical duress, violence, abduction, confinement, confiscation of official papers to deny a person the option of refusal, end quote. I like when the law knows that people are wicked and so tries to like just make the line very, very clear so that when you match them, you don't get excuse, say you match them. Now, all that grammar means that the widow shouldn't be locked anywhere or surrounded by people that she doesn't choose. The papers to her house and other important assets should be in her possession. Only then should she be asked if she wants to take part in any ritual or in any custom. That way she doesn't feel under pressure to take part in anything she doesn't like. And the bill doesn't stop there. It lists 9 things that people will be banned from forcing a widow to do. Number 1, to express her sorrow of losing a husband by wearing black, white, or any other color of clothes, not taking her bath or having a change of clothes, or wailing and failing and falling against her will. That's number 1. Number 2, to go into seclusion for any length of time. So the bill is saying that people are banned from forcing a widow to do it. If she wants to do it, that's fine, but don't force her to do it. So number 1, express her sorrow by wearing black or white or any other color, not taking her bath, having change of clothes, wailing, falling against her will. Number 2, going into seclusion for a long time, for any length of time, period. Number 3, to sleep in the same space with the body of her deceased husband. This bill is proposing that no longer shall widows be forced to do that. Number 4, to unweave her hair, keep a low cut, shave, or scrape her hairs. I like this bill. It's very precise. Do you know how imprecise the language of most of our laws are? This is why I'm so happy about this bill. Number 5, to sit or sleep on a bare floor or mat. Number 6, to cook or eat from broken plates. Number 7, to swear to an oath or drink the bath water of her deceased husband in order to prove her innocence or any allegation or as part of cultural practice. Sorry, to prove her innocence of any allegation or as part of cultural practice. So she don't go take oaths. She don't go bath with dead body water. Number 8, enter any form of marriage without her consent, because you know that some cultures force you to marry the husband's brother or uncle or relative. Number 9, people are banned from forcing a widow to undergo any other repressive and degrading widowhood practices. So we know that in different cultures, there are different ones that people will do. But this our bill that we're proposing. If it becomes an act, it will ban all. If we didn't capture it here, consider it banned. This bill actually goes into more detail than this, but let's start here. What do you think about these proposals, these proposed amendments to the VAAP Act for the protection of widows? Women, call me on 01465 7190. Men, call me on 0700-993-993. Again, 0700-993-993 for men. For women, 01465-7190. Which of these 9 things that people will be banned from forcing a widow to do you like the most? Which ones don't you quite agree with? What do you think about these proposed amendments? WhatsApp is also available. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. And of course, you can share your thoughts with us via Twitter at Nigeria Info FM, Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Uchenna. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Your name is?
Uchenna.
Uchenna. Good to have you on the show. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. This is my first time calling a radio station.
I'm glad you called us today. Why did you call us today?
Okay, I because I'm enjoying your program. I'm a young man. I'm just in my mid early 20s, and the program is very educative. So I'm calling today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for calling us. Okay.
And today, talking about what we do, and there's something that happened yesterday.
Okay.
My mom, not my mom, actually, she's like a mother to me. So
Okay.
yesterday, we were coming back from, mom went to get food from the police station. And somehow a place like so powerful, some VIO parked there, and they were like, they stopped her. She was driving, and she got her particulars and everything, and she showed it to them. And she was like, okay, officer, what next? What is everything okay? And they're like, everything is fine, but we want to check something. And that was a driving permit. She was giving a driving permit because she's still processing her driving license.
Okay.
So the man was like, there's nothing wrong. You just have to follow us to the office for.
Oh
Okay.
no, I want to hear that story. Why is the line cutting? Oh, I hate that. Please call me back and share the rest of that story with me because I want to hear the rest of it. Ola is on the line. Ola, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon,
Good
Sandra.
afternoon, Ola. How are you?
How are you?
I'm
Good,
okay.
fine.
I'm okay.
It's
Welcome.
been quite a while.
Yes, it has.
Good job and well done.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Actually, this widow bill, I supported, let's say, 2/3 of it.
2/3. Okay. What's the
Because
1/3?
any act that is degrading or inhuman should be condemned totally.
Okay. What don't you support?
But the act of not mourning the husband for a while, like, it's just some time. I have a mom too, and I have a stepmother too. They all mourned my dad because they were close together. It's just as, I think.
So
that
when
period
you
is
say
just
mourn, I think maybe we have like different understandings. So explain to me when you say mourn.
Okay, what it means is this: when a woman's husband dies, I'm a Yoruba man from Ekiti.
Okay.
Normally, in my own town, the woman will be inside her home, a house, or a room, of a chosen, a choice in the house of the husband.
Okay.
It's just maximum 41 days.
Okay.
And they will allow you to do things. You attend to visitors. They don't create. They're taking the bad ways out of it, making you wear same color out of it.
Okay.
It is just a period to at least show
Stay
that.
indoors.
Yes.
I see.
Just take
do
that
they
one is okay.
do men do that when their wives die too? I'm just asking. I don't know the culture.
Okay, fine. You see, no, men don't do it.
Why?
You see, it's like this. I like your idea and when you say things. And I've been saying this to people everywhere in the world that cares to listen to me.
Okay.
We are trying to equate a man to a woman in all forms.
No. Sorry. Let's not go there. Let's stay on this subject.
Okay.
So
Men
because
don't
I'm trying to understand your culture. So culturally, men in your culture don't stay indoors to mourn their wives.
The highest you say a man will stay is 2 weeks.
2 weeks, but the woman has to
2 weeks.
stay 40 to 45 days.
40 to 41 days.
41 days. So so why does the woman have to do it but the man doesn't? I'm just trying to understand your culture here.
Not that. See, nobody loses somebody close to the heart that will not feel the pain.
Of course.
No matter what.
Of course.
Even you see, if you have a wife, if you mean you have the quarreling type, you will miss her.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the husband misses.
No, we're not disputing the missing. We're just disputing the expression of the mourning. So women, so women.
You are trying to.
No.
Why do women have to stay longer?
No. I'm not even saying why do they have to stay longer. I'm asking why are they staying longer? Like, what's the rationale? Explain it to me. Like, if you wanted to explain it to a 5-year-old child now, how will you explain it? Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
There are cultures.
Okay.
And these cultures, at times, are well thought of by them that put it in place.
Okay.
So you understand? They were well thought of before being put in place.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think informed their decision that men, you can mourn for 2 weeks, indoors. Women, you have to do it for 40 to 41 days indoors. What do you think informed it?
Men fence for the family. A good man will fence for the family.
Okay.
So you understand? There are provisions to be made.
Right.
The woman is the homely type that is always left at home, taking care of things, including the children too.
Mm-hmm.
So that is more like, and women are, they know most, as you're a woman now, you know where everything is in your home. Men don't at times know it. Despite the fact that it's bills. If you want a tin of tomato, you know where it is. Your man may not even know where you've been putting it for the past 5 years. So there are things that
so that could be why. Now, but so that made sense for back in the day when men were.
I'm not saying. No. What I'm saying is okay. Let me hear you out.
So that culture. It made sense. That's assuming that you're right, and that's what informed. Men can mourn for shorter indoors than women. Assuming you're right, let's look at, because my belief is that culture is made for man, not man for culture. That's why culture needs to evolve. That's why some things we used to do as culture before we're not doing it anymore. Abi?
Yes.
So in today's world, you're more likely to find a woman that is working. She either has a business or she's working in the in the formal sector, right? In today's world where both the man and the woman are working, is there really still logic for the woman to stay indoors for as long as 40 to 41 days to mourn her husband who died? Because she's still mourning, whether she's indoors or she's in the office. She's still mourning.
True.
Like, for instance, the day my father died, he died in my arms. I took him to the mortuary and I went back to the studio to go and work. I don't remember the show I did that day. I don't remember it, but I went to work because that's the only thing that could keep me sane. If I had gone home, I would have just been thinking, my father is dead, and I've just like...
It's your dad, not your husband.
No, but I loved my dad.
I loved mine too.
So, I mean, the fact that she's coming out of the house is not taking away from the fact that she loves her husband. The fact that he's coming out of the house doesn't take away from the fact that he loved his wife. So why are we mandating that, number one, they stay indoors to do it? Number two, one of them has to stay indoors longer than the other one?
Sandra, staying indoor for that longer period to me should be the case to handle it.
Okay.
Under this act. But forbidding it.
Okay. All right. Ola, thank you very much for calling. I really loved that conversation. We've got Emmanuel Richard on the line. Emmanuel Richard, how are you?
Yeah. Good evening, Sandra. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
My name is Emmanuel Richard. I'm calling from Gambia.
Good to have you on the show, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just listened to the last caller. And, I think he's talking from his own culture. But I am still amazed that in 2022, we're still having this conversation of having to, keep a woman for months for days at home because her dad, I'm sorry, her husband died. I think it's a very archaic culture. Yeah, and it shouldn't have anywhere. It shouldn't be found around us around this time because I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. How can you? I'm Igbo.
Okay.
And I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that idea.
Okay.
Why will you keep a woman? What will she be doing? Why will a man be jumping around, be with her, be with his friends, and then you not allow the woman, lock her up in a house for days, for months, just because her husband died? I don't know. I found it so appalling. I don't think it should be encouraged. That bill you just read out. I don't know. I just by the time I started listening to the program, you were reading it out. I don't know where it emanated from, but I think it should spread.
Okay.
People should be informed that we're in 2022, and there's no way in this world that women are being suppressed. Please, we shouldn't encourage that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling us, Emmanuel Richard from Gambia. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Yeah, this is me.
No, you're welcome.
You see that you read, Sandra. It seems to me very well.
It's sweet, you, Abby.
No one there, they wrong.
Okay.
All of them, they correct.
Okay.
Imagine now, from the man when you come before this last caller, you hear everything they tell you, say no. Why no? Man is supposed to stay long. A man supposed to stay 60 weeks. You see now? Okay, now, Sandra, I want to ask you just one question. How person, there be two people, one die inside, then one will come Baba head. Baba, nobody head, the shape go down. They come wear white, wear black, wear chain, wear consist of light bead. Sandra, it is very, very wrong. I don't know if this is how they speak again. Okay, you, they say now 40-something days, now like it is 6 months. The time where they born me 1980 something, it was 1 year. Before government can't do, people can't do, it can't be 6 months.
No, you say for your own culture. In own culture now 40-something days. For your own culture now, how long? 6 months?
Your own how many?
Well, my culture, my mother didn't stay indoors one day. She went to work.
My own father, when my father was money, my own mother. My own father stayed 1 year, but my own money, maybe the one when they go inside house. And my father they flex, and he say they month. The guy get friend, he say the month. Or by me, I know talk to the baby's best now because my body is shaking.
Please calm down, cool down.
Let me tell you something. This thing, hello.
I'm hearing you.
You see this thing now. Some men will call you now, be saying that why would you mourn your husband? You're a woman. And this time today they make me slap somebody from your phone. What are you saying?
Calm down now. Anyway, calm down.
Okay, I'm coming there right now.
Okay. Okay.
Sandra, I dey see the way you hail that babe. You see that babe, that our sister.
Alex.
I saw you hail her. Alex, I just dey look you. I just dey use that eye.
No, yeah, go away, please. Goodbye. Bye. Okay. If you just tuned into the show, hello to you. Can the National Assembly protect new widows? That's our question on the show today. And we're asking that question because some House of Reps members are trying to end discrimination against widows, cultural practices that abuse widows, that discriminate against widows. They're trying to amend the VAAP Act, and this VAAP Act wants to mandate a widow's consent before any burial activity involving the widow. So the widow will not be locked anywhere or surrounded by anybody she doesn't choose. Papers to her house and other important assets will be in her possession. That's the only time that she should be asked if she wants to partake in any ritual or any custom. That way she doesn't feel under pressure to take part in anything she doesn't like. I like the language of the bill. And then the bill doesn't stop there. It lists 9 things that people will be banned from forcing a widow to do. One of them is to express her sorrow of losing a husband by wearing black, white, or any other color, not taking her bath, not having a change of clothes, wailing and falling against her will. This bill, if they are able to pass it, will ban that. They're also banning people forcing widows to go into seclusion for any length of time. If you tuned in when I was talking with the Ola and I were talking about that particular provision. The bill will also ban people from forcing widows to sleep in the same space with the body of her deceased husband. It will ban people from forcing the widow to unweave her hair, keep a low cut, shave, scrape her hair. Number 5, to sit or sleep on a bare floor or mat. Number 6, to cook or eat from broken plates. Number 7, to swear an oath or drink the bath water of her deceased husband in order to prove her innocence of any allegation or as part of cultural practice. Number 8, to enter any form of marriage without her consent. Number 9, to undergo any repressive and degrading widowhood practices. It goes into more detail than this. We'll look at some of the other details when we come back from a commercial break. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the glass ceiling. And on the glass ceiling, we talk about the invisible obstacles stopping women from living equal lives as men, economically, politically, socially, and culturally. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Don't go away.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I quickly recharge my phone and instant then dash before 100% bonus to you to talk. So now I come to one for mistake on for machine where they always get on for Tolipa. Wait. It started with one Toli, it enter another Toli. So now come you can still Adam for plenty Toli where me I not even ask for me like this Toli you can't no go. So take my partners upon battle self you can't begin the hot. But still my credit not finished because now global plus now me are on top. Then no go understand now until the triumph.
Jamaa, una don't hear Yanzuko? When you need to talk, you go talk well with Globe like a plus. You go get 400% on top every recharge. And if you be new customer, you go get 1,000 Naira bonus join. But I beg Areba, you go still get 100 megabyte data on top your first recharge every month. Buy new Glow SIM today or dial star 777 hash to start with the talk with Globe like a plus. Glow, joy unlimited.
To wake up in a home that makes you feel on top of the world, Working hours feel much better when the office looks like $1 million. But you don't have to break the bank when you choose VAAP Furniture. Affordable quality with VAAP Furniture. Any space can look more special with VAAP Furniture.
Enjoy unbeatable offers for home and office furniture. Visit any of our branches in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, and Kano. Visit our website at www.vavafurniture.com or call us on 08098 777 666.
Furniture is a better life with VAAP Furniture. VAAP for everyone.
I love my Indomie.
Hey Timmy, what are you doing with all those Indomie wrappers?
Hey Sophie, I'm collecting all these Indomie packs to be a winner in the I Love My Indomie promo.
I love my Indomie promo? How can I win?
Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is buy a pack of Indomie, find a unique letter inside each of the packs, collect all letters to spell I love my Indomie.
Aha!
And send the picture of your collection to the WhatsApp number 08077009000.
Just like that?
Yes, just like that. easy as 1, 2, 3. I love my Indomie.
Offer valid while stock lasts. Indomie noodles. Tasty nutrition, good for you. Promo we hand on March 31st.
Are you a business owner, seller, creator, or trader? Do you know you can get a business account in just 5 minutes? All you have to do is get Prosper. Prosper is a business account that helps you manage your business and banking all in one place. In my business, I use Prosper to receive transfers, send invoices, manage my customers and products. I can see my highest spending customers and best selling products. To keep my finances organized, I created sub-accounts for my savings, taxes, and marketing. And get this, my monthly payments for salaries and office rents are automated, so I don't have to think about them. With Prosper, running my business is so easy. To get Prosper, all you have to do is go to Google Play Store or Apple App Store and search for Prosper. That is PROSPA to download the app now.
Good life, magic. Good life, magic.
Good life, magic. Oh, I can't believe this is yummy food feel.
Glucose gives me energy, which keeps me going always.
Mama magic. Good life magic. Yummy, yummy magic. My friends, vitamins is good for my body. Glucose keeps me active and my mommy worry free. Mama magic. Mama magic.
My child does so much in a day. I don't want him to miss any of the fun and learning. That's why I give him Good Life Magic, the nourishing fruit drink enriched with the goodness of vitamin C and glucose that keeps him active and complements my school meals.
Mama magic. Mama magic.
Good Life Magic. Taste the magic of good life.
Bruv, you know they show this party again?
Nah, man. Feeling kind of tired, my G. We'll sit this one out.
See, that's a bomber, Sha. Entry and drinks are free. Hey, my guy. Now, you don't change, switch up.
You dey whine me? Person know they miss this kind party. You coming or not?
Free definitely changes things, and that's why you'll enjoy free delivery on thousands of products when you place an order above 4,999 naira in Lagos and Abuja only. And your delivery will be, you guessed that right, free. So start ordering your everyday essentials today on Jumia. T's and C's apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Mommy Shade, this child looks sickly. Try and take her to the hospital. I wish I could, but the expenses are too much. Don't tell me you have not heard about LSHS Ilera Eko. Ilera Eko? What is that?
Lagos Health is our wealth. Ilera Eko.
Oh yes, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has designed an affordable and quality healthcare scheme for Lagos residents. In Ilera Eko, at your convenience, you can have access to antenatal, delivery, immunization, management of hypertension, diabetes and other illnesses, family planning and basic emergencies. Register with Ilera Eko branded agents and at the nearest Ilera Eko branded outlets. Pay 40,000 naira annual subscription for a family package or 8,500 naira for an individual package and start to experience peace of mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eko or 0800 Ask Lashma or visit www.lashma.com. Ilera Eko, affordable and quality healthcare for Lagos residents.
Lagos Health is our
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
Nigeria Info Treasure Hunt is back. Every day, every show, one hunter, one winner, 20,000 naira daily. Who will emerge the bravest hunter? Let the hunt begin. Terms and conditions apply.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. It's the glass ceiling on hard facts. Right now it's 4:34, and today We're asking if you think the National Assembly can protect new widows because they're proposing amendments to the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. It's called the VAAP Act. This bill is being sponsored by a representative from Ondo State, Adejora Adeogun, and this amendment is intended to prohibit the discrimination against widows and all forms of repressive and degrading widowhood practices, provide remedies for victims, and penalize offenders. Now, this bill, we've talked about some of the provisions, right? The bill also aims to protect widows' property rights. And it also aims to protect the widow's access to her children. Specifically, the bill wants to ban, number 1, property grabbing against a widow. Number 2, willing of the matrimonial home to another person when the late husband is survived by a widow who has not remarried. Number 3, transfer of the legal guardianship of a child of a widow to another person. Number 4, disinheriting a widow from a property jointly owned by her late husband and in-laws. Now, for some Nigerians, I'm sure that this will be very controversial. Whenever we talk about property inheritance, there's this disagreement over who should be the main beneficiary, an heir of a man, should it be his wife and his children, or should it be his parents and siblings? You hear things like, oh, if the wife and children inherit the man's property, then who will take care of the brothers? You hear things like that all the time. Now, of course, I always ask, whether the brothers cannot take care of themselves. Also, curiously, you never hear people saying that if a woman dies, her brothers, sisters, and parents should inherit her property instead of her husband. It doesn't even come up. Like, it's not even a conversation. Kya kya. Very interesting double standard there. No? And whenever people talk about what will happen to the man's brothers, I want to ask, why have we decided that the adult relatives of the dead man deserve more protection than the dead man's children and their mother? But that's just me. What do you think about the provisions of the VAAP Amendment Bill for the protection of widows? You can talk about the extra provisions that I just shared with you. You can talk about just the first ones I shared when we started talking. You can talk about all of them if you want to. But I just really want to hear where your head is at with this thing that the House of Reps wants to do. Our number is 0700-993-993-993. That's for men. For women, 01465-7190. 01465-7190. 01465-7190. For men, 0700-993-993-993. Hello, thanks for calling.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Yo.
Mrs. Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Murtala Jibrin. I'm calling from Lekki.
I'm glad to have you on the show, Mr. Jibrin.
Oh, thank you very much. I have a summary contribution. So,
okay.
In our life, let me tell you, nobody knows the time that God created him, and nobody knows the time that God is going to kill him. God will not give you permission the time that he's going to kill you, and at the same time, he did not know the time he created you. So, our way of life, all those culture, tradition, another meaning of culture and tradition is non-entity, ignorant of life.
Okay.
Anytime you go out of God, you are into evil. You are into Satan hand already. So all those culture, tradition, our way of life is not proper. We are doing what is wrong. That's why we are facing different challenges, unnecessarily problem everywhere. So if they can do that deal in the National Assembly, it's a welcome idea. So there's a way how God said that they should share property if you're a Christian. There's a way how God said they should share property if you're a Muslim. But our way of life there's nothing to write home about. So that is why we are facing problem. So thank you very much. May God see us through.
Thank you, Jibrin, for calling. We appreciate it. We've got Lady Amy who says, Sandra, baby boo. You're welcome back. Aw, thank you, Lady Amy. Is it Amy or Amy? Well, thank you so much. Yes, you are my baby boo too. President Sandra, I indeed love and commend your high level of professionalism in this job. In fact, once I discovered that, Richard. Richard, thank you very much for this message. I'm not going to read it on air. A woman should be allowed to determine how she wants to mourn her husband and not be forced by any cultural practice. I support this bill. You didn't leave your name, but thank you for your message. The bill, if passed, will liberate widows, especially those from the eastern part of Nigeria, to give them a fresh lease on life. Virtually almost every bit of the bill, widows from southern parts are being subjected to. This is sheer wickedness of the highest order, hiding under the guise of culture to perpetuate evil. That's a message from Habib. Habib is in Ikorodu, who says this is a welcome development. Welcome back, Sandra. In as much as those traditional practices are barbaric, it helps put a check on some widows who are promiscuous in nature and have been waiting for the slightest opportunity or may even be responsible for the death of their husband. Though, even if it can't be proven in court of law, my suggestion is just to checkmate this culture instead of total abolishment. Emmanuel from Lekki. But Emmanuel, very interestingly, Emmanuel says the promiscuity of women. But men are promiscuous too. In fact, you have a lot of women having to deal with the promiscuity of their husbands. And yet there are no laws in our culture checking the promiscuity of men. In fact, you even have some men that come to the burial of their wives with their side chicks. They'll come there with their girlfriend. On burial day, girlfriend will be serving food to visitors. In fact, for some men, as soon as the wife is dead, they are already arranging another woman for him to marry. Surely you can see how unfair that is. Even from a place of justice, you can see that you get as he did. Surely you can see that, Abby. Because if you want to even bring it to let's take it away from women and women's rights. Let's look at national politics, for instance. There's a reason we keep shouting federal character. There's a reason zoning is such a big conversation as we head into 2023. And it's for justice. Because society, humanity has agreed that there's no reason why one part of society or humanity is allowed to do something and the other part is not. As a species, we've agreed that makes sense, say, some human beings fit do like this because of their color, because of their religion, because of their ethnicity, because of their gender. But they know if you do like this because of the same things. You're black, you're Igbo, you're female, you're Ogoni. Because the discrimination, even within some states, you find that some citizens of a particular state are more equal than the other ones. In a state, in Nigeria specifically. And as a society, we have said, good. And when the conversation comes up, everybody understands that good. But once it comes to women's rights, there is a reason that when we're doing that, we're essentially saying that women are not human beings. Because if we're saying that human beings are supposed to do this, enjoy this, be permitted to do this, be forgiven if they do this. But when it's women, we say, a woman. We're saying that women are not human beings. Imagine if, as a society, as a man, you're told your whole life that you're not a human being. Because when you tell a person, oh, you can't enjoy this, you can't do this, you have to do this, and you're seeing that other people are not being made to do those things, you're getting the message loud and clear that you're not a human being. Is that really the message we want to be sending? Let's come back to the phone lines. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name?
I love this. Yeah, I'm Benjamin. I'm calling from Italy.
Benjamin, what do you think about this thing from the House of Reps?
Yeah, you see, Sandra, the government we are having, they can make laws for the citizens easily from them. But when it comes to the law that will be on the opposite side against them, they will never do it. I think we have majority of them who have stolen money, billions of naira. And those are the things they did.
Benjamin, let's stick with this particular bill that the House of Reps is trying to work on. You know, we can talk about anti-corruption acts, freedom of information bills, which are all there available so that we can use to check them. But right now, we're talking about widows and their rights and this law that could protect their rights. Let's focus on that, shall we?
Yes, but to me, I don't think there is nothing like rights in Nigeria. The law they brought in is not even ideal for us, because I don't see anything so-called law that they are passing in when they know that they have their own. So you're
saying that this particular amendment to this existing law that will protect widows is not meant for us,
Sandra. The only thing we need is security. We don't need all those their laws they are passing. What laws are you passing?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You have light, but you need data to be browsing your phone. No be so?
I hear you.
Do you say the only thing I need is light?
Well, when
you don't say that because you need light, but you also need data so that the phone that you have charged with the light can be on the internet. No be so? So it means that you can need multiple things at the same time. It's the reason that human beings need clothes, they need food, they need water, they need air. Let's not. I'm in a good mood. I'm well rested. I don't know if you can tell. This leave was very good. I rested very well, so I have energy. 99.3. Hello. 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 Oh, sorry about that. Call back if you can. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name?
Yeah, Alex here. Please, I want to beg you to help me beg your listeners not to be upset with me. When you go, hey, Alex, they shouldn't be upset, okay? They should just bear with me for all the love that I get. Okay. Now, really quickly, you see, Sandra, my worry is that under a proper federal system, this is not what the National Assembly should be discussing. That's from my own humble point of view.
Okay.
Yes, this is something that should be discussed either at the state or the local government level.
Okay.
You know, I would have loved for... You see, I'm a woman. Some people say, oh, this is a woman that is going against... I'm not going against the bill. The bill is nice, it's lovely. The recommendations are fantastic. Okay? But, you know, I always say one thing, Sandra, on your show, that would we want to ask the politician that did he or she discuss with the constituents first before bringing that bill? You see, our democracy would have been so much more beautiful and admirable if we could involve the people, right? This kind of debate should have originated from the ground so that it would be driven upwards. I don't know if I'm making sense with what I'm saying.
You are, but
the people should be the ones talking about these things. So let them bring them involved so that they put their stamp on it. So that when the widow is going through this next week, right, she knows already, even though uneducated, she knows that we put our fingerprint on this thing and we said no, it's over. You know, that we need to find a way to make our systems more democratic. This looks to me like a kind of pseudo-military administration that we're running. we're not using our democratic institutions properly.
So you're saying that there must be buy-in, yes?
There should be. That's the way you encourage democracy to grow.
Now, who are the local stakeholders that you think need to be engaged and involved?
Constituents directly take it to them and say, come, you guys come and vote, come to the town hall and come. And that's how you drive democracy. Let them come to the town hall and vote on this issue. And then the rep takes it upwards. Not that it's coming from up down.
But that's the thing. Civil rights usually are legislated at a national level in other countries. So when it comes to civil rights, right, it's legislated at the national level and then they domesticate it across the states. So this same VAAP Act, for instance, it was first passed at national level and then they started working on domesticating it across the board. But I do hear you on doing it from the ground up and getting buy-in before you do
you
it.
won't have to be talking about the word domesticate anymore. Don't you see? It eradicates that word.
But sometimes,
from the bottom.
sometimes there's resistance at the bottom. Now, I'll give you an example. Look at the U.S. civil rights laws. There was local resistance. A lot of people in a lot of states in America did not want the civil rights laws to be passed. But the federal government forced it down and they had to comply. And when it comes to women's rights, there are lots of people who are very like, I beg, there are more important things going on. Meanwhile, widows are losing their property, widows are dying, widows are facing all kinds of things. And so, in some cases, is there no argument to be made for, okay, well, I see why you're doing it like this, and then we'll run first and then we'll count the miles after?
Sandra, I've just given you my humble opinion, though.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for calling and sharing it, Alex. Because if the federal government had waited for Americans to accept civil rights, maybe Americans would have delayed that thing for decades. But the federal government said, you know what, this is what we're doing. Human beings are human beings. Human rights must be respected, period. And that's it. But thanks for calling, Alex. Let's take another call. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
Good evening. How you doing? What's your name?
My name is Bayo. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Bayo, welcome.
Okay. I quite agree with the last caller. Things like these are left for the states and the local government. That's number one.
Okay.
Then number two, you see, custom is an aberration that is left to fester for too long in society. So we now begin to take it and make it interpret it the way we want. Take, for instance, the keeping of a woman in the seclusion. The objective was for the family because there was no DNA test in those days.
Okay.
So if she's pregnant, for example, the seed would have manifested in 2-3 months for the family to steal so that she cannot bring in an illegitimate child into the house. That was the purpose.
I see.
So wickedness and misinterpretation and all other things came in and the practice was abused. Take the other one. If a man wills the property, for example, see, if you say you want to drag it from him, you are going to create a whole lot of litigation. So any man who knows that he has a family, it is upon him to will his property to his wife and his children. So the family will not have any reason to come into the arrangement. And that's my own view.
Thank you very much for calling to share that view with us. Peter Yorindo from Anthony says, Chief Madam Sandra, the VAAP Act is the best law I've ever heard from a Nigerian lawmaker since I was born 36 years ago. I thought Akoko constituency is from Edo State, not Ondo State. But I'm worried, Sandra. Nigeria is a divided country and it is not one nation in my mind, body, belief and laws. It's not one nation in mind. Okay, not your mind. Just as we have issues about Child Rights Act and land matters not uniform in Nigeria, especially in the north, will some religious laws in northern Nigeria barricade this law to permeate through? Will our religious beliefs allow same? What about if there's a conspiracy with the death? What about widowers when the dead wife was the breadwinner and her family are giving the bereaved husband problems? Does that happen? I've never heard of that happening. And you'll be surprised, widows in the north are actually treated like very well, unlike widows in the South. That's what I've heard anyway. I can't confirm this, so please don't quote me. We've got a Yoruba man from Ekiti who says it's a norm that women stay home when they're bereaved. Like my fellow caller, it used to be 40 days. Now it borders on the type of family, the breadwinner, the kids available, etc., etc. The reason men don't really stay home is because they are believed to be the breadwinners and will need to fend for the kids and the extended family. But all these are often applicable based on the type of family. A working woman now may not be enforced or encouraged to stay indoors, especially if she was the breadwinner and the family and the man's family members know it. Okay, I wish we had time to stay on this, but it's a rolling subject, so I'm sure we'll come back to it maybe by the time it passes third reading, and if it passes and the president signs it, we'll come back and talk about it. But on the other side of 5 o'clock, if you have a restaurant, if you run a restaurant, you manage a restaurant, how was Valentine's Day for you? Don't go away.
Bro, you know they show this party again?
Nah, man.